Hello everyone, this is Gary with your cards of the day, and the three decks that I have chosen today are the Renaissance Tarot by Brian Williams, the Norse Tarot by Clive Barrett, and the Ancient Egyptian Tarot, also by Clive Barrett. And our first card today is the Hanged Man, and what we see here is the sort of classic Hanged Man image of an individual hanging upside down with one leg tied to a post. In this case the post is lateral rather than vertical, but it's pretty much the sort of classic image. Behind him we have a very sort of beautiful kind of green fields image and a blue sky. So there isn't really a feeling of this being necessarily a bad thing. The feeling I get very much from this card today is one of reflection and consideration. It's kind of stopping and thinking and not trying to move things forward, just basically looking at things from where we are now and being content to stay put for a while and consider. Being this still, being this calm, enables us to look inwards and really search our souls and our inner depths. And that very much is the feeling that I get from this card today. Now, our second card is the Five of Cups, and this is a bit more of a distressing image in a way, because we have a young boy and he's on, I was going to say a riverbank, but it looks like he's basically just sat on some rocks with water beneath him, and he's lost 4 cups into this water where he cannot possibly reach them, and he's holding one in his hand, and he is reaching out for the cups beneath, reaching out for what he's lost. And with cups and water being an emotional symbol, an emotional association, it makes me think that what we're doing here is we're really looking back at our past relationships, past emotional connections, and we're looking at perhaps ex-partners even that we've lost, and in a sense reaching out for them, regretting the fact that they have gone, rather than seeing clearly the reason that they are an ex-partner, or the reason that those emotional ties didn't work out. Now, our third card for today is the Sun, and what we have here are 2 young children, and they are stood in this multicolored ring here, and they have an Egyptian frieze behind them with classic sort of Egyptian figures painted onto it, and a mountain, and then we have this beautiful bright yellow, white in fact, but with a yellow aura, sun above them. And this is a very happy card in contrast to the last one. This is, I always consider this card to be the big fat yes in a way. So this is giving me a feeling of happiness and contentedness, and emotionally being more fulfilled, and everything just being all right. That really, it's very hard to put into words, but that really is the feeling of just everything is fine, everything is all right, everything is as it should be. So it's interesting, if we look at these 3 cards together, and it's worth bearing in mind that a few days ago we moved into a Venus retrograde. Now, Venusian retrograde is one that is going to bring back thoughts of ex-loves, ex-partners, things from the past that come back during a retrograde to quote-unquote haunt us in a way. So it's worth bearing that in mind with the reading today. We have the Hanged Man, who is in a position of stasis and not moving, and in a way a retrograde is kind of a backwards or a motion, or at the very least an appearance of not moving forwards. He's considering, he's looking inwards, deep within himself, and looking at his situation, perhaps looking at his life and at what is going on with it. Looking at the emotional side of things with the Five of Cups, at what has been lost, and pining for that to some extent, looking back at past relationships. And there is a temptation there to kind of put the rose-tinted spectacles on and see the things from the past as being far, far better and far more worthy than at the time they really were, or they felt to be. So we have that looking back again with the Venus retrograde at past relationships. But once we've done this retrospection here, we get very strongly a feeling that everything is really as it should be. Everything is all right and fine, and we don't really need those situations and relationships from the past, because where we are now is a good place to be. So I hope you've enjoyed these cards of the day, and I hope that whatever situations you look back upon, you do so with kindness, both to the people that you are remembering and to yourself as well. It's worth remembering not to give yourself a hard time when you start reminiscing about the past. Please feel free to drop me some comments and let me know how these themes interacted with your day today. If you would like, please also check out my website, www.theseerscave.webs.com, where you can find out more information about myself, the tools that I use, and the readings that I offer. It is worth bearing in mind, however, that tomorrow my website provider is due to do some maintenance, so the site may be unavailable. That is worth bearing in mind as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever it is that you choose to do. Try to be kind to yourself and enjoy yourself. It is the weekend after all. I want to wish many blessings, much love, light, happiness, and frith to you all.